Hey folks, welcome back to 247 Tech Talk. We're here in 2026, a lot of exciting things coming your way. And as I mentioned before, at the beginning of the year, in the last episode, all you bike guys, stay tuned. There's something exciting on the horizon within the next few weeks. And then throughout the year, I'll be doing a lot of technology based on my Can-Am Riker and my electric motorcycles like the Naxion IAM Pro and the Iahura Knight M1 PS. And maybe we get to throw a Spider in the mix, who knows. I can't really ride the gas two-wheel bikes anymore. I got rid of my Honda Rebel, as you know. But this episode, let's not waste any more time. This is about indoor tech. It's about this studio. And, I share with you guys from time to time what I use as I build out my robust network. Granted, my robust network is not the average person's, because with the Gadgeteer, I've reviewed a lot of gear provided by Ingenious, enterprise type gear. All of my network switches are connected by 10G SFP plus cables. So internally, I'm running at 10G to my NASs, to my machines. My PCs have 2.5 gig Ethernet, and my bandwidth going to my ISP is 2 gigabit up, down. Maybe we'll change that to 8 gig soon. We'll see what happens. But here I am. I wanted to tell you what I'm doing this week, and that is after trying many different security cameras around my home, and you can probably see a glimpse in the back of this side. That is a monitor, half split screen of a 49-inch monitor showing 6 cameras. They're all Reolink. They're all connected to a Reolink NVR. They're all PoE cameras, and they're all PoE IP cameras. So there's no need to plug them directly into the NVR, even though the NVR has Ethernet ports. These Reolink cameras are compatible with the NVR I have. I forgot the model number, but it will be in the description of this video. And so right now, when I moved from my old office, which was on the level above, a lot of the equipment is still there. I've been wiring everything to a new network, sort of bulletproof room, a really solid room in front of my office studio here. And I decided to leave one network switch upstairs with all the PoE cameras plugged into it, because I didn't want to run all those wires through that conduit down to here, and I certainly didn't want to put another conduit into the house somewhere. So in choosing that network switch, I didn't go with an expensive Ingenious. I kind of kept looking for something that would have at least 8 ports. I'd be able to uplink via SFP plus, and would have enough power to support the 8 PoE cameras. In my research, I came across this company, Grandstream. I've never used their switches before. You can find out that the YouTubers who have reviewed this switch. I'm just telling you my application. I'm just going to show you what I got, and we're going to end the video right there. I'm not going to hook it up now and show you the screens and all of that. If you want to see more into this and how it's because it is a managed switch, if you want to see the interface and all the choices, there's many videos out there on YouTube. This is a Grandstream GWN 7721P. And without further delay, let's take it out of the box. Comes with the quick installation guide and the certification regulatory information. Take out the little box first. Here. Now this little thing is actually quite a nice add-on accessory, and what it actually does is it connects to the back of the switch and allows you to tether the cable so that wherever you put it, you don't run the risk of it being pulled out the back of the switch. This is the power cable. It is IEC, so it goes straight into the switch without a brick. The power supply is built in. Got the grounding cable. Got some rubber feet if you're going to put it on the desk. And it has these rabbit ears if you're going to rack mount it. I haven't decided whether I'm going to put a shelf in my old office space to run it through, or I'm going to put a wall-mounted rack, a small, maybe, I don't know, 4U rack or something. Let's drop these on the floor for now. let's get into the switch real quick. I know I talked a lot, but it was important because there's a lot of stuff coming. You guys have to stay tuned. You have to like and subscribe, not only because it's great for the channel, more subscribers, more opportunities I get with income from YouTube. It's not a lot, but it helps me purchase these things. This, once again, this is purchased with my own money. No one sent this to me. I don't have to give it a good review, or I don't have to say, anything for the brand. Now, on the back here is that you see power in, and this strap connects. This is the ground screw here, so you can use that ground cable, and this strap kind of allows you to tether the power cord. On the front, you've got the 8 PoE ports, and you've got the 2 SFP plus ports, 10G ports. It's got vents on both sides, and it's got the screw holes for those ears, the brackets for the rack. Put that aside. Let me see if it has these specs I can read to you on it. No, it doesn't. Okay. But you'll see that in the description in case you don't know. Let me go over it real quick. It's a 10-port L2 light managed. It's got 2.5 multi-gigabit switches. So it's got, those 8 ports are 2.5 gig. And then the SFP ports, of course, are their 10 gig ports. The manual doesn't give a lot of specs, but you look up the models, GWN7721P, and you'll see it. I'm just looking to see if there's any additional information that would make sense for me to provide, but not really. You hook it up to the network. You connect it. You go in, and it has an address here plus the IP address. It starts with GWN772 and then the IP address. And you can go in and you get to the interface, which I said a lot of YouTubers have already put out there. A few of them I saw. So there's no need for me to go over that. What I do want to show you before I end this is 2 things. I did buy this from B&H Photo. And when you buy stuff from B&H Photo, they recommend connectors to go with it. So here we have the fiber connectors, right, that will go into the SFP ports. And I'm going to open it up in front of you. It's sealed. And so here's an interesting conversation. This is a pair, okay, for each end of the cable. But the way I'm going to use it, I'm going to use this recommended one on the end of the fiber cable that connects to the Grandstream switch. But on the other end, I'm going to use a similar one from Ingenious. I found that Ingenious switches can be very finicky with what adapters you use. And so I want to make sure that I have no compatibility problems. Last but not least is this fiber cable that I got from B&H. This one is 50 feet because I have to run from up, down, through, across this office and into the room. That's probably about 35 feet, so I'll have some slack on each end. But depending on where I mount the shelf, it'll be just fine. It won't have too much slack. This is the fiber cable. What I like about this cable is it's designed, because I have other fiber cables, and like sometimes I get concerned because the fiber part itself is quite thin, as you know. Let me see if I can open this up. I'm sure you've seen this, and you probably don't need me to repeat this, but I'll tell you anyway, and I'll put a link to this cable from B&H below. It's made from who makes this? Camplex, Camplex. This is their cable test report. So the cable is tested. The model number is HF-TS02LC-0050. It's called the 2-channel LC single mode tactical fiber optic cable, 50 foot. What I like about it is, unlike the other cables I have where the entire cable is like this, the fiber, this one has shielding around most of the cable. So there's some ends on either side, and then there's shielding, which is great because I'm putting it through a wall and through a conduit. And even though I built an isolated PVC conduit through the ceiling, there are parts where there's other electrical work, and I like that it's shielded to protect that delicate fiber cable, and also you know, some shielding, protecting from stray frequencies or whatever that are, you know, around in the conduit. So anyway, this is the switch. This is the fiber cable. These are the SFP connectors. I'm gonna hook this up in a bit. Connect it down here in the studio. Log into it. Make sure everything is cool. Then I'm gonna run this fiber cable using a fish line. Connect the switch up there. Plug all of my Reolink cameras into that switch, and connect this via SFP Plus to the Ingenious SFP Plus. The Ingenious switch to SFP Plus I have in the network rack, and hopefully everything works fine. If it doesn't, you will hear from me. Again, look at the description below. I'm going to put a link to everything I purchased here. I'm also going to put a link to the NVR, the Reolink NVR that I'm using. I'll put links to the cameras I'm using, and I'll put links to the review of the NVR that I'm using on the Gadgeteer, so that you can get a full look at if you decide you're using PoE cameras and you want a switch that has enough power but you don't want to break that budget. This came highly recommended. All the reviews I saw were good, and I certainly will endorse it once I test it. So stay tuned. Please, again, like, share, subscribe. It goes way, way far in helping me to continue to do this. Gear is not cheap. The motorcycle stuff you'll see coming up is not cheap. There's a lot to look out for. I will have a collaboration podcast soon that you'll see on this channel with a amazing motorcycle fabrication company. So that's the hint. Like, share, subscribe. Make sure you hit that notification bell so you see all of the videos. Thank you so much. Happy New Year again. Appreciate you. Until the next time, 247 Tech Talk out.